Today, as part of AIB's The Future project, we're talking to Laura Reynolds, a 24-year-old athlete from County Leitrim. Laura made it all the way to the London Olympics back in 2012, where she finished 20th in the 20-kilometre race walk. This year she's competed at the World University Games, where she secured 6th place in the same event. Laura joins us now to talk about her gruelling regime as an athlete and her future plans for her career. So Laura, you went to DCU where you qualified as a PE and biology teacher, I believe, so obviously your studies were linked to your athletics career, but how did you combine the two?
I studied PE and biology in DCU. I got a sports scholarship there, so all the athletes, we lived together in one house. My course was challenging, and so was my training, but I think there's lots of athletes and footballers and all different athletes in DCU, so you just learn to kind of balance your study and your training and just make the best of things.
Okay, and how hard is it then to get to the top level of athletics? What kind of work do you have to do to get there and really push yourself to go for the top?
It's hard to get there, and I've lots of work to do yet to make it to the very top level, but you kind of have to look at it as a lifestyle, and at the same time, look, I love what I do and I'm passionate about it, and you don't see it, it's just my life. I love doing what I do, the training, it is very hard and everything, but I mean, my training would entail kind of train twice a day, pretty much every day, add in my gym work on top of that, your rehab. You might get one day off kind of every 2 to 3 weeks. You cover about 130 kilometres maybe a week, a bit more, a bit less, just depends kind of what time of the year it is. But it's not just your training, you kind of look at everything, your recovery, getting enough sleep, your nutrition has to be spot on. Then you add in, your rehab and your strength and conditioning as well. And so it's a team effort, and look, you have to kind of start off and have a good coach behind you, and I'm lucky enough to have Colin Griffin looking after me for a long time, over 10 years now. And as I said, it is about training hard, but also training smarter, and that's where your coach comes in. Plan your training, plan your year.
Okay, and then what are the kind of main challenges that you'd face as an athlete, and how do you deal with them?
The main challenges would be, and it's kind of the same for most athletes, is injury and illness. I mean, consistency of training, that's what you need to really make progress year on year. And kind of injury and illness can derail that, and you kind of just have to avoid it, I suppose. Well, try your best to avoid it, but do your rehab, do your S&C, and just kind of look after yourself, nutrition and recovery, and kind of try and avoid it. And I suppose if you do get injured or ill, you kind of have to, do what you're told by the physio or whatever, do cross training, do your rehab and all that. And it is horrible and it's hard, but I mean, you get on with it, and you kind of look forward to getting back training properly again.
Okay, and then as you consider your future career, then what sort of goals do you have for maybe the next 5 years or so, or where do you see yourself in the future?
Well, I want to kind of consistently make progress every year, so get my times down, but also make progress places wise. So in 5 years' time, I hope to at least have made another Olympics, and preparing kind of for fingers crossed another one. But I kind of want to make that top 8 level in my event, and be up there kind of challenging for those top places, and at that very top level. Fingers crossed anyway.
Well, Laura, the very best of luck to you with that, and thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us this evening. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
That's all for this evening's feature as part of AIB's The Future project. Stay tuned to iRadio to hear more from up-and-coming talents from all around the region.
With AIB The Future project, Allied Irish Bank plc is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.